At 6, the IRS is telling about 50 million taxpayers to not send in their returns for a while. The agency simply isn't ready to process them due to late action by Congress last month. So Ed Murray joins us to tell us what this means for us. Ed?
Well, Amanda, let's start with a positive, shall we? For those of you that do not itemize and use the 1040 EZ form, no problems. File those forms and get your refunds. But the IRS was thrown a curve 2 weeks ago by Congress, when lawmakers reinstated several deductions. So while the IRS updates its computers, taxpayers who itemize on Schedule A might have to wait for that refund.
How fast can H&R Block get you your money? Let's ask Mark. How fast can we get our clients back their money?
Oh, fast.
How fast?
That's a question tax preparers will hear even more this year. The IRS will need anyone who claims deductions on Schedule A, the teacher out-of-pocket expenses, or tuition deductions on Form 8917 to wait until mid to late February to file.
Everything is kind of put in a holding line until the IRS gets their computers programmed. We can't push it any quicker and get them their money any faster.
IRS spokesman David Stell tells us mailing it in anyway isn't going to work.
If you send it in electronically, we're going to have something set up to where it will bounce back to you and say, I'm sorry, we can't process right now, you'll have to wait to file. If you send in a paper tax return, we'll probably hold on to it until we can get ready to process that.
But tax preparers say you can at least still get the paperwork out of the way now.
What we can definitely do is we can still file their tax return in early February, just like we always have in the past. Our software company will actually hold those returns until the IRS says it's clear sailing to be able to actually e-file those.
Come in and see us, because they may not even qualify to have an itemized deduction Schedule A form, in which case if they have a 1040 EZ, we're going to be up and ready the minute the IRS opens, which should be January 18th.
Basically, it's the same for online service TurboTax. It will also securely hold your returns until the IRS is ready. Bottom line, you may not get your refund as quickly this year, but
on the other hand, if those deductions weren't reinstated, they wouldn't be a tax benefit for you this year and would increase your taxes.
David Stell with a silver lining. He expects the inconvenience, by the way, to be minimal, only impacting about 100,000 of the estimated 1.5 million federal tax filers in our state. He points out that most workers don't even get their W-2s until late January, so those that do itemize usually don't get started on their return until early February anyway. Amanda?
Good point, Ed. Thank you. And H&R Block, Cheryl Craig tells us if you get all of your paperwork prepared ahead of time, once the IRS is ready, electronic filing should get you your refund back in 8 to 15